Welcome everyone to yet another lovely morning with Hooked on Jesus. I'm Merrill. I'm so glad you could join us today. I hope you remember to put your listening ears on. Oink, oink. Okay, enough of that. Let's pray. Father God, I pray that you open up our hearts and our minds to listening to all that you want to tell us today. And may we learn more stories about you. In the mighty name of Jesus, Amen. Our story today is from the book of Samuel. 1 Samuel chapters 24 and 26. And through this story, we will see that God values people. Let's watch a nice video to know more.
David spares Saul twice, from 1 Samuel 24 and 26. King Saul had been chasing David throughout the land of Israel. When Saul heard David was hiding in the wilderness called En-Gedi, he took 3,000 men and went there. One day Saul went inside a cave, not knowing that David and his men were hiding in the back of the same cave. "This is it," David's men whispered to him. "This is the day God meant when he said he would deliver your enemies into your hands." David sneaked over to where Saul was and cut off a corner of Saul's robe. Immediately he felt guilty. "Why did I do that?" David said to his men. "God forbid that I do this to the king, to the Lord's anointed." David held back his men, not allowing them to attack Saul as they watched the king leave the cave. David followed Saul out of the cave and called, "My lord the king." Saul turned and saw David bowing. "Why do you listen to people who say I want to harm you?" David asked. "Today God put you into my hands, and some urged me to kill you, but I said, I will not lay a hand on the king because he is the Lord's anointed. See the corner of your robe in my hand? I could have killed you. I'm not against you, yet you hunt me to take my life. I will not raise my hand against you." "Is that your voice, David?" Saul began to weep. "You are a better man than I am. You have been good to me, but I have done evil to you. May God reward you with good for the way you have treated me today. I know you will be king someday. Promise me that you won't kill my family." So David promised, and Saul went home. But David continued to hide in the wilderness. One day some people told Saul, "Did you know that David is hiding in the wilderness of Ziph?" Saul set out again to find David. In the evening he set up camp for the night. When David heard that Saul had come to the wilderness, he sent spies to confirm Saul's arrival. Arriving at Saul's camp, David could see Saul and Abner, his general, sleeping. They were safely encircled by the army. "Who will come with me into Saul's camp?" David whispered to his soldiers. "I will go with you," replied Abishai. David and Abishai quietly sneaked into Saul's camp. The soldiers, who should have been protecting the king, were sleeping. In the center of camp, they found Saul fast asleep with his spear stuck in the ground beside him. "God has given you your enemy's life," Abishai told David. "Let me kill Saul with his own spear." "Don't touch him," David responded. "No one can harm the Lord's anointed and be sinless. God controls when Saul will die. I refuse to harm him. Grab his spear and water jug and let's go." God had kept everyone asleep. Once David was safely on the opposite hilltop, he shouted across to the army and to Abner the general. "Aren't you going to answer me, Abner?" David called. Abner replied, "Who are you to call to the king?" "Aren't you supposed to be guarding King Saul?" David called again. "You're not doing a good job. Someone sneaked into the camp. Look what I have, the water jug and spear that were beside the king himself." Saul had recognized David's voice and called, "Is that you, David?" "It is," David replied. "Why are you chasing me again? What have I done? If God has told you to pursue me, then I gladly forfeit my life. But if men have told you to hunt me down, then may God curse them. I have been driven from my rightful place because the king of Israel hunts me like a man hunting a bird." Then Saul said, "I have sinned against you, David. I promise not to chase you anymore because you considered my life to be valuable." "Send a young man to claim your spear," David answered. I had the opportunity to kill you, but I chose not to. Just as I valued your life today, so may God value my life in my time of trouble." Then Saul blessed David. "You will do great things and will succeed in them." So David and Saul went their separate ways. God had promised to make David the king one day, so David knew he would live to be king. God had also promised that David's reign would be important, that one of David's descendants would save the people of Israel. That promised one wasn't David's son, or even David's grandson. He is Jesus, God's son, who fulfilled God's promises by dying for the sins of the world.
How amazing was that story? David had 2 chances for revenge. He could have taken Saul's life not once, but twice. However, he didn't. He knew that Saul was appointed king by God, and even though he knew God promised him the throne one day, he wanted it to happen in God's time and not his. So what can we learn from this amazing story? We see that David knew that God values people, and so he valued people as well. He valued Saul's life and spared it. I wonder, have you ever had the opportunity to hurt someone who has hurt you? When I was younger, I was very spiteful and revengeful. If someone hurt me, I would find a way to hurt them back. I struggled with this for many years. Today, because God values me and loves me, I am able to forgive, value, and love the people who hurt me. Let me be honest, it's really not easy to love someone or forgive someone who has deeply hurt you, and at times I struggle to be nice to the people who are so mean to me. But you know what? When I pray to God for strength and pray that He will help me, He does. I am also able to pray a prayer of blessing over this person who has hurt me. Having said all of that, if someone is causing you constant physical hurt or is continuously saying bad things about you or calling you bad names, that's really not okay. And I hope that you will find or you have someone, an adult, that you can talk to about this and tell them about this person who is hurting you. Please do that, because God really values you and He does not want to see you hurt. Let me pray for you. Father God, you are so good and wonderful. Thank you for valuing all of us and loving us so deeply. Forgive us if we have caused anyone hurt. Also forgive anyone who may have caused us pain. We pray for strength to forgive and love the people who hurt us. We also pray for any adult or child watching this video who is being hurt on a daily basis. We pray that you will step in and help this child of yours to be set free from any harm being caused to them. In Jesus' mighty name I ask. Amen. It's artwork time now. Are you ready? Let's go. So today we're gonna make this pretty painting, and it says, God values me, so I value people. And for God values me, we're gonna paint our hand and do a handprint, and I'm going to show you the special technique with the paint so you get splashes like that. And this is so that the love in our heart is going to go out to all the people around us. So let's get started. Grab your A4 size paper and fold it into half. Open it out. So we're going to use paints for this one, and it doesn't really matter what kind of paints you use. You can use watercolors. You can use these tube colors, but you'll need a palette to mix it up. What I have used today are poster colors. I really like the colors that they have in this one. And this is what I've done. I've mixed all of them up already. So I have different colors that I can use for our painting. Also keep wet wipes ready for yourself so that you can clean your hands or clean the ground. I'm doing this painting on the floor so I don't mess up my table. And please ask your mom and dad, or tell your mom and dad that you're going to be painting so that they can lay out a newspaper or something for you before you start. So let's get started. I'm gonna first take this really big brush, and you can dip it into any color you like and paint a bit on your hands. After you use one color, move on to the next color. It doesn't matter if that happens. And then your third color, you can put as many colors as you want, or if you have just one favorite color, then you can just use just one color, doesn't matter. Let's get my handprint. Now we're going to let that dry up. Before you move on to the next thing, make sure to clean your hand. You don't need a wet wipe. You can if you're at your house, you can get up and wash it at the sink as well. Or you can keep a rag or a washcloth beside you. Make sure you ask the adult or the guardian who's looking after you which cloth you can use to clean the paint, because sometimes paint can create quite a mess and we don't want to spoil the nice washcloths. So use an old one which can be washed or thrown out. Now for our heart. I'm going to grab a sketch pen or a pen and draw out a nice little heart. You can use a pencil as well. There we go. Now, watch this. I'm going to take my first color. I'm going to use red. Oh, let me just tell you what the next part is going to be first. So I need a straw to blow on the color so it gets those line kind of effects. If you don't have a straw, grab a pen, open out the back of it and pull out your refill, and this becomes a straw you can blow on. I'm going to use a slightly longer straw so my head doesn't come into the camera frame. Alright, so my first color I'm going to use is red. I've chosen a lot of rainbow colors, so I'm going to use red first. I'm going to put about 5 or 6 dots of color of paint, and then I'm going to blow on it like that, so it gives me that effect. Cool, right? Wash your paintbrush and take the next color. Again, dab little spots I want a little more orange. Your straw. I'm gonna use blue. This is a lot of fun, as you can see. Turn my paper around and purple. Little more purple. Go. Cool, right? Extra, I'll just wipe out. Now we're gonna wait for this to dry. Now that it's dry, we're gonna do our writing. So grab your sketch pen, and this one I'm going to write God values me. Here I'm gonna write so. I value people. That's it. This is kind of like God's assurance to us that He values us, and your promise to God that you will value the people in your life. Keeping in mind our passage and artwork, our Bible verse for this week is from Matthew 10, verse 31, and it says, "So don't be afraid. You are more valuable to God than a whole flock of sparrows." Before we leave, do you know what today is? It's birthday Sunday! Woohoo! Here's wishing all our Hooked on Jesus children who celebrated their birthdays in June a very, very happy birthday. Here's a special video for you.
It's your birthday. Happy birthday. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. It's a great day. That's what we say. Happy birthday to you.
If you enjoyed this video, do subscribe to our YouTube channel Hooked on Jesus by hitting the subscribe button below this video. We upload new lessons every Sunday and a fun artwork video every Wednesday. For more information about us, you can find links in this description of this video. I hope you had a wonderful day. Don't forget, we love you very much, but Jesus loves you the most. Bye-bye.